Good morning on this Wednesday. It is the 29th of March. I'm Chris Allen here on the SAM channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. There's the logo. I was like, where's the SAM channel logo? It just now popped up. But anyway, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. And we're continuing to see pretty good weather, even though it's been a bit cooler lately. Yesterday's high officially in Bowling Green was 59. We almost made 60. 65 is where we should be, so we were 6 degrees below the average for the day. This morning, starting out with a mainly clear sky, you may see some high drifting clouds now and then, but otherwise nothing on the radar and really nothing on the satellite. And that has allowed temperatures to really get down this morning with near frosty temperatures once again. And tonight will be, I think, the last night that we'll see that for a little while. And here's proof of that on the 10-day blender. As you can see, we get to about 60 today, which was where we landed yesterday. 67 as we warm up a little bit more on Thursday. We're going to get more of a southerly flow just ahead of the next system coming in for Friday, and Friday looks to be an active weather day. Wind, and then we're also going to have some wind. And from looking at everything here that I see, most likely we're going to get some wind. Did you deduce from that we're going to get some wind? Yeah. Some rain, yes, and maybe a few storms, but wind is going to be the big deal. I know you don't want to hear that because you're still dealing with all the previous hits of wind that we've had lately. But 70 on Friday, the last day of March, and then we go into April 1st. On Saturday, a bit cooler in the low 60s, and then we head right back up into the 70s and even close to 80 by Tuesday of next week. And then after that, it looks like everything levels off into the 70s and stays there for the rest of the 10-day stretch. Wind, yes, it's been a problem, and wind is going to be more of a problem over the next few days and probably a couple of times next week, too. We're looking at a pattern that's just setting up here to give us a lot of breezy conditions. All right, speaking of conditions, currently the Kentucky Mesonet showing everybody in the upper 20s to low 30s, right around freezing this morning. So some of you picked up some frost. You'll have to warm your vehicle up this morning, while others just had enough of a light wind or did not get below freezing, so you don't have to worry about any frost on your windshield this morning, but a lot of you will. And hopefully last night you took my advice and covered up or brought in plants that you've already set out for the spring growing season. As you can see that we've got plenty of locations on the map this morning that are starting out below freezing. But we're going to warm things up. The trend over the next few days is to warm things up, and that's all thanks to that, more Pacific flow that continues to keep us in the warmer sector of things over time. We go to the model maps here, and you can see that ebb and flow here is continuing to come out of the Pacific out west, and these waves of low pressure right along that system. Now, the jet stream, as you know, has taken a bit of a dive here this morning, which has allowed our temperatures to start out in the 20s and 30s. But that will soon change. We'll start to see a flexing of the jet stream back to the north, and we get into that warmer flow. Here we go the next few days, and boy, it's looking good here. I mean, as far as the warm, it's here. But then the Gulf of Mexico begins to open up as well, and you can see these showers that try to get going ahead of this low pressure system, which, when it crosses the plains, will already be at 989 millibars and strengthening as it moves off to the north and east. That's going to set us up for the next wave of shower activity, which is going to come in probably overnight Thursday. As you see here, we get into Thursday night, into Friday morning, and it's that moisture pump coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico that's just going to set up showers, some thunderstorms. There could even be some severe weather, especially back west. I've got a severe map coming up. But you can see as we get into the timeline here, we're looking at 1,500 hours on Friday. That's going to be Friday morning, about 10 o'clock or so. So Friday morning is going to be pretty active here in southern Kentucky. 990 millibar low. Cold front will be trailing down kind of like this ahead of those storms, and all the wind. You can see it here. The wind, let me change the color here and go to black. Look at all those lines, just tightly packed together. And that means for us, even all the way down here in Kentucky, look at all those. That's the difference between this high pressure center, which is at 1031 millibars, and this low pressure system, which is at 990. Well, that's a big difference. And so again, we get that tunnel effect, and it's going to push those winds right across the area, and it's going to be a windy Friday, and it's also going to be a windy Saturday, just like it was last Saturday. We had the storms and the rain and the wind on Friday, and then Saturday turned out to be a nice day, but it was very windy. Same thing is going to happen here. So here we go, Friday night, and that's when the brunt of the system comes on through. And we are looking at a line of thunderstorms coming through Friday afternoon and evening into the early morning hours of Saturday morning. And that's what you're looking at right there. And because of that, there is a severe weather risk that I'm going to show you. But we're looking at some of these storms kind of lining up here ahead of the cold front. And I think there is that window of opportunity again for somebody to get a severe thunderstorm warning, even though you may not have a thunderstorm, you may not have thunder and lightning, but you'll get the wind, and the wind will be what sets off or triggers any kind of warning that comes out, and even tornado warning. I mean, it's a possibility we could have these little spins, that happen right along the cold front itself. And if that happens, then you'll get some tornado warnings. It's a possibility. Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then we start to see a retreat of the system, retreat of the boundary, the jet stream to the north, and everything really heats up for all next week. And those were the 70s and 80s that I showed you on the map that are going to come in next week. And it's really going to feel sort of summer-like. And we see not so much in the way of rain after this next system that comes in on Friday and early Saturday, not until about Monday, Sunday night into Monday, that we see the next system trying to work its way into the area. But it's very disorganized, and not all of us will get rain out of that. And then you see the next, this is a powerful system. Look at that. Already at 977 millibars projected. Of course, this is into Tuesday of next week. That's going to be another one of those systems that we'll have to watch. And this time it's going to be more Tuesday into Wednesday coming into our area. And we might have to deal with severe weather and winds once again. The winds of March going into April, it appears. Okay, what about the severe weather threat? I've got that for you already. Coming in from the Storm Prediction Center. They're projecting out here to Friday. As you can see, the colors are on the map. And we're mostly in the much of southern Kentucky in the level 2 yellow. That's a slight risk for severe storms. And the number one threat is wind. Wind, wind, wind. What is it? I heard it. I heard you. Wind. I just want to make I just want to make sure you guys know that it's the wind again that is going to be the big deal. So whatever you got to do between now and Friday to be prepared for the wind, get prepared for that because it's coming. It's going to be another situation where we have gusts of 50, who knows, maybe even up to 60. But there's going to be gusty winds. I'm not saying like it's going to be like 4 or 5 weeks ago when we had the big windstorm and hurricane force winds at 75 miles per hour, but we are going to have some strong, strong winds on Friday. And then you see west of Bowling Green, the orange, you glad I know how to pronounce orange, enhanced level 3 severe weather threat. That's where we could actually see more spin ups and maybe a couple of tornadoes on Friday evening, early Saturday morning. So this could turn out to be sort of an overnight event, Friday night into Saturday morning. So just be ready. That's all I'm saying. Be ready, because it's looking, even this far out. Here it is Wednesday, only a couple of days away, but this far out for them to go ahead and put a level 3 up, a level 2 and 3, that says something. Okay, quickly we go through the surface maps here, and everything is copacetic, everything pretty quiet. High pressure in control today. Now this front, this is the one I told you yesterday is just going to fall apart. You've got a big ridge of high pressure north, big ridge of high pressure south, and these two things are going to Pac-Man that front and just eat away at it. And there you see it's going to start to fall apart later this evening into tomorrow. There it goes, falling apart. More of a warm front situation and a dry line setting up ahead of the big storm that will be coming from the Four Corners tomorrow, and then edging our way with showers and thunderstorms starting to pop up in parts of the panhandle of Texas and Arkansas. There's the big warm front warming us up into the 70s. And so here we go into Thursday night. This is Friday, showers and thunderstorms Friday, and then it's out of here by Saturday morning. But look at that low, 900, I think that's 988 millibars. Remember the one that came through here 4 Fridays ago or whatever, was 981. So you know the winds are going to be packed with that low pressure system from the Great Lakes, New England, all the way down into the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys. Saturday is going to be a windy day. Even if the sun comes out, or when the sun comes out, we will have gusty winds even on Saturday, just like last Saturday. It's almost exactly like that. And then by Sunday, things calm down. Big ridge of high pressure builds in, and you kind of know the rest of the stories. High pressure moves east. We get a return flow out of the Gulf. Here comes another round of showers and another low pressure system. And this one also will need to be watched for more Monday night into Tuesday as the system begins to move across and then stalls right there over the Ohio Valley. So we got a lot, even though the weather's pretty quiet and chilly this morning. Temperatures are starting out like in the 30s and 20s, as you saw in some places this morning. We're at 36 right here at 5:30 this morning. Some frost around. It's going to be a good day. Tomorrow will be a good day, a bit warmer, but it's tomorrow night, late into Friday, then Friday into Saturday morning. That's when we're going to start to see the more active weather. All right, getting ready to head to Sam 100.7 for the morning show, 6 to 10. In the meantime, God bless you. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you on the radio.